design it so that it will work for someone who has a child who's already reading, advanced in this area, loves to read, wants to read, and then maybe they also have a student who struggles in that area?
Yeah, and that really hits at another issue that I came across with other curriculum.
Mm-hmm.
So what I found was it's either too sparse or they make every student go through pages of practice regardless of whether they already knew it with the
Mm-hmm.
first two problems, you know? And so really integrated into all of it is a flexibility. And I start right off with encouraging parents to make it theirs. You know, some of the curriculum, they're very, oh, you must do it my way, the way that it's presented. And I say, no, do it the way that works best for the way God designed your student,
Mm-hmm.
your family. So first of all, just giving parents permission to change it and mold it. I've done that with my own students and I wrote the course.
Right.
So I change it to meet the needs of each student.
But I love that your own student came to you and wanted to read things that were important to him. And how
Mhm.
wonderful that in the design of homeschooling, that you love him and he has the freedom to say, I'd rather be reading something like this. That would never happen in school, and they would go home and maybe have so much homework that they wouldn't even have time or the brain space to want to read something extra. They
Well,
might be so overwhelmed by school and homework that when they're finished, they just want to do video games or hang out with their friends. But there's space in homeschooling for them to explore those interests.
absolutely. And, by keeping the lessons shorter, it
Mhm.
allows for that, which is really fantastic. And, one of the things that I wanted to mention is that was a piece that was really missing in the homeschool curriculum market because so many of them say, okay, you have to read these books in this timetable,
Mhm.
and they're books, some of them were books that I don't want my kids reading.
Right.
Or my kid is either bored because they're an advanced reader and these books are too simple and
Mhm.
easy, or they're way over my kid's head, or speed is an issue. For
Mhm.
some kids, it may be completely at their level. They may love the topic and be interested, but they need more time.
Mhm.
They instead of reading the book in a day or a week, they may need 2 weeks. And so, that's where my heart is in this curriculum. I couldn't find curriculum that was flexible to meet the needs of my students that are all over the board with their interest and their abilities.
So
And
you
they're
moved
the way
on.
God designed them to be, you
Mhm.
know? And so I want to create curriculum that respects God's design, that honors God's design.
That is brilliant. That makes me so happy to work for a company that the driving force behind the education that we're putting the tools of education we're putting in the hands of the masterbooks families, that it is designed to really work for them, to really work not just for their academic success too, but also for them to have this love of God and this confidence in reading and this confidence in this joy in learning, all of it working together for their good and the good of the kingdom.
Yeah, I want to make learners. I
Hmm.
want kids to graduate with a love for learning, a love for communicating what they have learned. And
Hmm.
so they can share the gospel. They can point to a God who is good. So they have the experiences and the love to be able to share these things to their generation.
What if somebody is teaching sixth grade, third grade, first grade, all at the same time? How does language lessons, what does that look like for a family, for the mom, for whomever is teaching them?
Well, first of all, the lessons are not hours long.
Okay.
They're shorter. And so that's the beauty of using shorter lessons for the mom.
Mhm.
But the fantastic thing is the brain science says that the kids actually retain more through shorter lessons.
Oh,
And
I
so
love
it's a
that.
win-win. It's a
Yeah.
win-win all the way around. And then it's even better when you're homeschooling multiple students.
Mhm.
And so I would really encourage families to look at the resources in the back of the book
Mhm.
to make an environment of education where the student is as responsible as possible for their education.